Good morning, traders. Today is Thursday, July 28th. My name is Charles, and this is the Pirate Traders live stream. All right, well, I am feeling bullish this morning, and I'm going to walk you through why it is that I feel that way. The first signal that I should potentially be feeling bullish this morning is the fact that value was higher yesterday than the previous day. That can be the signal that we are starting a new trend to the upside, that we may be getting some momentum. So that is bullish to see. We then had a spike up at the end of the day, and we closed right inside the spike. So that is a signal of bullishness, and that there was still momentum at the end of the day yesterday. So then the market closed, and the overnight traded, and what did it do? It went absolutely nowhere. It just rotated around just below the base of that spike. Didn't even come back and backfill the single prints that we left behind yesterday. Didn't even come back to backfill the thin volume. So that's a when what should happens doesn't, which is bullish. And we are now setting ourselves up here in about 2 minutes to open inside the spike. That is bullish by spike rules. Opening inside the previous day's spike once again increases the odds we still have that momentum to the upside. So I'm coming into the morning bullish here. What I'll be looking for essentially is, does support break? That's the only thing that'll get me bearish. So the first support I'm watching is right around the overnight point of control, around 40.15. That is also where the largest node of volume is on the cumulative volume over here on the left. So I'm looking for potential support there as the market opens and it trades back down. If we find support there, that would be bullish. I'll look for the market to start trading higher. If we cannot find support there, the next target is the base of the single prints down at 39.90. So I would look for the market to push down to there. I would be bearish only to go back and backfill those single prints. I would not be bearish beyond that. So if the market breaks the overnight low, I'd be willing to short to fill those single prints, but I wouldn't be looking for anything more. And that's because that is likely to act as support there at 39.90 if we don't get it here in this overnight range. And then only if both of those break do I start to get bearish, in which case the target is repairing the 2-week references we left behind yesterday. Okay, so if this breaks, if 39.90 breaks, then I look to repair 39.68 and 39.54. But I believe the higher probability is we'll either rotate up here at higher prices or the market will continue to push higher today, as that is the signal I'm getting from value, from the spike, and from the overnight range. Let's see what the market has for us. Overnight inventory is net long, but it's not that net long, just a little bit. Okay, testing the overnight high is bullish. So now as the market runs out of steam and pulls back down, we're looking for support around the overnight high, 40.3350. Do we have buyers waiting there? All right, so this survey says out of 75 votes, 46% of you think the market's going up, 31% of you think it's going down, and only 21% of you think it's going to go sideways. So if you wanted to inverse the chat, you'd just be buying a iron condor or something, looking for rotation. Good morning, Nap. Chilling with Dylan, Sanju, Arthur, Caffeine, John Wakefield, John Lash, MW, James, Philip, T-Bay, Jeremy, The Shaw, Cyrus, E.S. Flamma, Monsieur Knife, Jules, Rev, David, Amity, Jay, Element, Ed, Jack, Scooball, David Glass. All right, looking for support at the overnight high. Can we get it? If we do, that's bullish. Pavel, good morning to you. RK Leon in the house. T-Wark is here. So right now that overnight high is holding as support. But if it breaks, I would look for us to pull back down, looking for support around 40.24, the base of the spike up from yesterday. But of course, if this overnight high holds, it is good to head up and test the high from yesterday. All right, well, that is support at the overnight high, so I'm going to go ahead and get bullish here as long as we can stay above 40.34. I'm looking for a test of yesterday's high and then monitoring for continuation higher from there. All right, testing this overnight high once again. I'll be back to neutral if it breaks and we head back through the opening price. But if they get support here, it should be good for continuation. Sorry if you guys can hear that noise in the background. The building next to me is getting their roof redone. They're out there with like a giant torch. Just melting the roof off, literally. All right, well, that support is breaking, so I'm back to neutral. We don't have the buyers just yet, but I reckon we will. So I'm looking for support at 40.24. It's already priced in. It's slowly becoming the slogan of every lucky investor. I don't know what you mean by lucky investor, but yeah, I mean, that would be the case for the bulls here. Everybody was expecting worse. That's why the market sold off before. And when it wasn't worse, bounced right back. Elliot, what if I told you the pricing in was already priced in? Elliot, you would be correct. Every single factor that is affecting the price of the ES right now is visible in the movement of the ES right now. It's an undeniable truth, like gravity. Okay, so we're starting to push into some support here on the ES, right as the NQ looks like it's about to test that 20 moving average on the 15-minute candles. If it is going to be bulls in charge of the market today, they should easily be able to find support on that 20. So we'll keep an eye on that. Alexandra. I mean, tomorrow there could be an alien invasion, and guys would say it's already priced in. Yeah, bro, save yourself the trouble. Don't watch that financial news. They've got a story for everything that happens, and it never makes any real difference. All right, well, this is bearish. We're getting no support here. Just nothing. So next potential level of support is 40.15. I would say if 40.11 breaks, we're going to go test the overnight low. Do you guys see how quickly that switch flicked on the advancers versus decliners? It had a giant green candle. And then out of nowhere, it was like, nope. Change of plans. All right, looking for support here. Thank you for the sub, Max. Welcome. Happy to have you. Do we have buyers? Got a low volume node in need of backfilling up there at 22. Nope, no support at all. That is bearish. All right, next target, testing the overnight low. If we break the overnight low, looking to head down to the base of the single prints at 39.90. All right, last chance for support above the overnight low. Breaking that overnight low would be bearish. So now we'll watch previous support to see does it become resistance. Does this node become resistance or this one here? All right, we have resistance. That's bearish. Looks like we need to head on down and test the base of those single prints at 39.90. If you want to be super cautious, wait for the overnight low to break and then sell the resistance after that break. That's the official signal. All right, so breaking the overnight low is bearish. Remember, it's only bearish to head down to 39.90, looking for support at the base of those single prints. If that breaks, then we start to get bearish on the day, that we may need to head down towards yesterday's lows. But I think we'll probably find some support here at 39.90. It would make sense. We did leave behind some very thin volume yesterday. It's important to remind yourself in times like these rapid drops that you're feeling, that's a liquidation. And what that is people are exiting their trades. People who got long in the second part of yesterday are exiting their trades now out of fear and panic. They're getting squeezed out of their longs. But who's doing the buying? Once, the market's experiencing panic and fear and it's dropping lower and lower and lower, who on earth is down there buying up that fear? The stronger hands traders. So it's important to remember that sometimes the market just has to break before it can rally, so that you can squeeze out the weak hands and bring in the strong. Let's see if that's what we get here at 39.90. Get some strong hands. What is below 39.90? Well, there's 2 week references that we left behind yesterday. There's the week K low at 39.68, and then the week A period low at 39.90 or 39.54. But like I said, I don't think that's the highest probability, right? Look at all this momentum. We got value higher. So this is just the market pulling back to fill in those single prints. And then, it could just take off. Take a look. It's in the single prints. A bounce and rebound. A bounce and rebound. So we won't get bearish unless that breaks. Bearish, beyond testing it. Alex, were you watching Reading Rainbow? No, but I don't know how. I don't know where it came from. But that song has been stuck in my head for like a week. The stupid Reading Rainbow song. Take a look. It's in a book. Reading Rainbow. Reading Rainbow. Just can't get it out. John Lash, yeah, it's easy to do that strategy when you just get your account refunded with Top Step every time you blow it up. I've read a lot of both their books. I don't remember anything about getting rid of Earworm. I'm sure there are tricks. I think they say like just listening to the original song again. All right, so looking for some resistance here at 40.09. If not, they're going to get me back to neutral again. They should have been able to backfill those single prints. So it's a when what should happens doesn't if they don't. Resistance. Peter, I saw your message. I'll get to you, brother. I'm just in the middle of live streaming right now. But as soon as I have a chance in between the streams, I'll get to you. All right, back to neutral. Looks like we're getting some chop. So let's wait and see how this plays out. Obviously, now this big node of time and volume from the overnight should be working as resistance to keep the market down here. If we're able to work our way through it, we look to head back up and test the opening price again and you know, keep playing the game. Can they get back above the A period high? Can they get back above yesterday's high and monitor for continuation up? Or if this does end up acting as resistance, we'll look for the market to work its way back down to fill those single prints. But right now, we might just have to let it chop for a little bit and make up its mind. Mark, I see us testing the high of today. Magic 8 Ball said so. I think it's a great theory. We got value higher. We got a spike up at the end of the day yesterday. We opened in the spike. The very first chance that those stronger hand buyers had to step into the market, they were there. So sure, I can see it. The Cajun Trader. Welcome, Cajun Trader. Says the ticks are struggling. Yes, they are. Getting just slapped down. All right, resistance once again. Looks like they're heading on down to backfill those single prints. I won't get bearish, though, once again. I'd rather wait and buy support down there. All right, well, I know I've said this twice now already, but that resistance at the overnight low increases the odds. We need to head down to 39.90. Looking for support. We do have buyers stepping in here within this range, within these single prints, creating that support. But likely there is some waiting to do business down here, and the market will have to get to them first before it's ready to reverse. Man, buyers slap down again. Psst. Oh, no, maybe I'm a little early. There we go. Now they got slapped down. Slapped down again. Buyers getting in a little too early. Gotta let the market fill those single prints. Don't you people use market profile? I gotta say, in terms of danceability, that one's probably my best. $777. Powell said yesterday about reducing the balance sheet. Here you go. Like they just bought a bunch of S&Ps and they're just dumping them. Element says a lot of volume building up in this area. Yes, there is. A battle is being fought, and it seems for the moment the sellers are winning. We don't have the buyers just yet. But the good news is, to find them, all we have to do is pull back that price a little bit. Look for those buyers. Look for those discount shoppers who will buy when they get a pullback. They like to buy on sale. $777. Fundamental news is on the seller's side. Could be. Although I'd be willing to bet if I set myself on the mission right now, in less than 10 minutes, I could find 5 articles that are bullish and 5 that are bearish that were published this very morning. But I know what you mean. Mark Charles, so would you say that this is some front running by early buyers? And why would they want to do that if a better buy area is a bit lower? Well, we don't know until it's confirmed, right? So right now, this is just me hypothesizing. I don't actually know. But the idea would be that if you're a larger player, you can't put an entire order in right at 3,900. It would just be too big. It would skew the order books too much. So what you have to do is you have to slowly layer into the market, right? You have to get in one little bite at a time. There's 2 ways you can do that. You can either just layer in your orders like this, right? So that as the market pulls down, it's just slowly filling those positions, right? And then you get what's happening right now. You get these bounces, because every time it comes down, it's filling, and then it's getting a bounce, and it's filling, and it's getting a bounce. So that's one way. If you have a larger position, you can accumulate. The other way is you can use bots. You can use robots and just basically tell it, I want you to accumulate me a position somewhere around here, and it will be programmed to buy when the market pushes down. And then when it's running out of sellers, the algorithm will recognize that and then reverse. So it'll start to sell some of the position it just bought in order to get the market, or sorry, vice versa. It'll buy some of what it just sold in order to push the market back up so it can accumulate again, and so on and so forth. So you get chop sometimes right before key levels. You get chop, 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 chop. Then you just tag the key level and then take off the opposite direction. That's the accumulation taking place. Do I know for sure that's what's happening here today? No, of course not. I'm speculating. But that is what I think is happening. I think the bigger boys, they watched the market take off yesterday. And they said to themselves, okay, there's information in that. This old information is over. There's a new trend happening. And they said, I'm not going to buy it up here. I'm not going to pay too much. I'm going to wait till it comes back down to a better price. And they may need to pull it all the way down to yesterday's low. But I doubt it. Nap, is it relevant that yesterday's value area low never left the A period? Oh, that's interesting. I didn't even notice that. Yeah, I mean, technically, it's a sign that we need more excess to the downside, as well as the level being weak as well is also a sign of excess or a need for excess. So yeah, good catch. That's a little bit bearish to see. Not more bearish than the spike up is bullish, though. That's a signal. The more and more you see it, the more and more you learn to recognize. That's the market giving you a heads up ahead of time. There's still momentum. 777 Mitch Ray said yesterday on stream about a bearish Gartley on the Nasdaq. Ignore the Gartley and homeless you will be. Well, that's not good. The man is saying bearish, huh? Elliot. Oh, my friend. Fractals. That's next level TA. Not for the faint of heart. Elliot, what kind of wormhole did I just open? Yeah. It's going to take you a good 2 years of digestion to absorb that one. All right. Well, with the printing of the C period here, it's time for me to head on over to the private stream so that I can kick it with the cool kids, talk shop, and make money. As far as where I leave you for the rest of the day, it's a really tough read right now moving forward. Some mixed signals here. So you got value is higher than yesterday, overlapping to higher. That is bullish, right? But you have it pushing right up against the low of the day. So that is a sign we need a little more excess to the downside. You've got, good, strong support waiting at the base of that those single prints up at 39.90. But to get down there, the market will have to start one time framing lower, which would be bearish. So it's pretty tough to make a call right this moment for what to expect. So I would just say keep an eye on 39.90, this general area. Does the market find support here? If it does, and it turns around and it heads back up, look for cessation and potentially a move up towards the opening price once again. But if they push below the base of this spike, if they get back below 39.90 and they don't get support, well, then it's very bearish because then you're trending lower and you've got 2 week references below that need repair, as well as a potential look above and fail of a balance area, right? We don't have a really clean balance area here, but this is the market imbalance. So poking back below the base of those single prints would also be a look above and fail, which could target heading all the way down to here. So it gets really bearish below 39.90, but until we get there, it's hard to know because as I just described, what could be happening as we speak is accumulation, right? The stronger players may be accumulating long right now. So it's just too early to be sure. But that's how I see it. With that, I bid you all farewell. Wish you happy trading, and we'll see you here tomorrow morning.